Hello, dear listener. Hello, dear follower. Hello, dear anybody who's listening or listening later or listening now. Today, I am going to experience with out. I'm going to do this podcast without any um, PowerPoint, with any visuals, because well, actually, so much things came up that I didn't have the time to really make a beautiful PowerPoint or layout. And I also thought there's so much going on that I might want some freedom to experience and to tell what is happening inside since I started this podcast, because this podcast is bringing up so much things, um, so much things to clear up, to clean, to heal on a deeper level. And I want to share the topic is cravings and how to deal with cravings and dissociation because of cravings, or dissociation because of painful feelings that you want to mask by eating, or by obsessing about eating, or by any obsession. And this obsession is causing you to get out of connection with yourself, to dissociate. I don't know, maybe you dissociate, maybe you don't dissociate. I don't know. And to give some tools get get to see why this craving is, to get to see what this craving is holding you from, to get to find out how to get a little bit more space between the craving and the eating, between the craving and the obsessing, to get just a little space to feel this inner peace somewhere that is hidden inside you, because I know it's there. And it's a choice. It's a choice to feel this inner peace again, to be willing to feel this inner peace again. So, about craving. Craving is something inside your mind that you really want or need or have to do. And it can be food related, of course, but it can also be like, I have to call this person, I have to call this person, I have to get clear with this person. You can also obsess about a person or a situation. It doesn't have to be food to be obsessed about. That's why I also think that I might be changing the title, but my insight is food obsession. But I've learned that you can obsess of people, of situation, of places, of a lot of things. But my first obsession was food, so I can share about food. Craving can be like, I need peanut butter in my life. I need peanut butter. Where can I find the peanut butter? I'm not satisfied. I'm not cannot be at ease if I don't have had this sandwich with peanut butter. I really need it right now. And some people say, well, your body's telling what you need. Okay, that's a part. But if you're in food obsession, it can be also a sign that you're not tuned in with yourself, that you're obsessing about maybe something else, that you're feeling something that you don't want to feel. So if you're feeling this obsession for peanut butter or nuts, or you're just restless, you're just restless, discontent, unhappy. Je bent gewoon ontevreden, rusteloos. Je hebt de hele tijd het gevoel dat je iets nodig hebt. Iets nodig hebt. Pindakaas, pindakaas. Ik moet nu echt die boterham met pindakaas. Ik kan niet zitten voordat ik die boterham met pindakaas heb. Dat is een signaal. Sommige mensen zeggen van ja, maar je boy geeft aan wat je nodig hebt. Ja, maar wij zijn food obsessors. Dus het is een signaal voor ons dat we disconnected zijn, uitgetuned van ons lijf, juist uitgetuned uit ons lijf. En dat er misschien iets anders is gebeurd waar we bang of ontevreden over zijn. Of misschien zijn we alleen maar bang. En dat is het signaal. So the sign is the craving. The craving is the sign that you're already out of tune, out of place, that you're maybe afraid of something, that you're maybe pleasing, that you maybe made a mistake somewhere. So you feel the craving. And I want you to, if you feel the craving, just breathe and acknowledge to yourself, I have this craving. I have this craving. Oh my God, I have this craving. It's taking so much of my energy. It's taking so much of my focus. It's taking so much of my life. I have this craving. Okay, I'm powerless over this craving. Right now, I cannot really do something about it. It's the craving I have. I'm powerless over it. It comes and it goes. I have no power over it. Okay, I give this craving to my higher power. I'm going to write about this craving, or I'm going to sit with it and I'm going to give it a voice, give it a head. Take this craving and acknowledge it. Say, okay, here you are, my craving. What do you look like? Are you like Gollum? Are you a Gollum? Or are you a fairy? Or are you a horse? Or are you a unicorn? What are you, my favorite craving? So acknowledge the craving. See it, acknowledge it, make it what it is. But also understand that this craving is in the way of your peace, of your inner peace. So it's showing you that you're out of inner peace. You're not in inner peace. You're having a craving because you have something that you're discontent over. There's something that's not okay. Je hebt deze craving omdat er iets niet fijn zit in je lijf. Dus je schrijft over deze craving and anything is okay. You're going to write about this craving and everything that you write about the craving is okay. It's flow writing. And then after it, you put it in your God box. I told you God box the last time. Vorige keer sprak ik over God box. En dit is echt perfect wat je kan doen met God box. Als je een obsessie hebt, kan ook zijn een obsessie van iets wat je echt heel graag wil. Je kan het niet loslaten, want je wil het zo graag. You can't let it go because you want something. You can also write about obsessive things you want. It can also be a craving. And then write it down and write anything you want to about it and put it in your God box. If you already made this God box, maybe a good idea to make this God box right now. Get a box, get a paper, get a pen, and write it down. Write down, dear higher power, I'm having this craving about peanut butter and I really, really need peanut butter now. And it's also totally making me out of focus, out of control. I have no space to think. I have no space to feel. I have no space to relax. I actually cannot relax because of this craving, and I really, well, now I feel I can really need some relaxation. I really am exhausted. Oh my god, I'm exhausted. I really need some nap. I guess I need a nap. I don't need food. I need a nap. Oh my god, I'm also very thirsty. I actually need something to drink. Oh my god, I'm powerless over this craving. My inner needs are explained by a craving and not by the solution of my inner needs. Oh no, that's the insight. So you write and you write and write and then you go put it in your God box and see what happens. Craving. Things you can't control and you want to control. Try to start today to let go of cravings and try to see what it does to your body to have a craving, what it does to your mind. I recently found out that because I was searching because of this food obsession for me is not that strong anymore, or actually it's gone. I'm free. I'm freed from food obsession. That's why I do the podcast. I'm freed from it. But I'm not freed from some old behaviors that were there before the food obsession, or maybe initiated by the food obsession, like dissociation. If I have my teeth are done and now I fantastic dissociation. So I'm having this tendency to dissociate, to get out. For me, it's not like a sickness, but it's a little tendency I have. And for me, I found out yesterday that I dissociate because I think it's relaxation. I actually don't know how to relax, so I dissociate. So now for me, dissociation is a sort of trigger. Craving can be a trigger, like for yourself, a positive trigger, like, oh, I've got a craving. I might need rest. I might need drink. I might need a call with a friend. And for me, my dissociation now is a sign, it's a trigger, a sign. You can maybe call it a sign. It's a sign. It's a sign that something is not okay inside my body because I want to leave my body. So something inside my body is okay. And it can be as simple as like, I'm exhausted. I need some sleep. I need some rest. It can be that simple. I can be obsessing about some little small thing going to dissociation because something I did felt wrong and I didn't ask that person, or I didn't stood up for myself in that moment, like, hey, Margriet, you're doing this wrong. This is not how you want to do it. This is your old behavior. And I'm not mad when it happens, but I'm curious. I'm curious about what's happening. Why do I need to dissociate right now? Why I have this tendency to do it? And most of the time it's tiredness, but it also was once it was this thing like with an app group. We always have this group where we can app, but it's not really communication. It's not really staying in connection. It's just throwing your app over the schutting, by how we call it in the Netherlands, and you're done with it, you think. But it's not. So I did something again, and well, I promised myself never to do that again, and I did it again, and it was sort of a back door. It was a back door into old behavior. So I dissociated about it, like an hour, like my whole day, because I dissociated because I felt so bad that I did that again. And I didn't stood up for myself and I didn't took myself for granted in that moment because I just went to the back door into that group and just shoveled my news into the garden and bye bye. You have to accept this because I acted in that group. Dus ik zei dat ik soms als dissociatie heb als ik echt heel erg moe ben. Maar dat ik het ook kan hebben omdat ik dan iets gedaan heb wat ik eigenlijk niet meer wil doen, wat oud gedrag is. Waar ik maar niet mee ben gestopt. En dit had te maken met een appgroep. I quitted the app group. I stepped out of the app group. I said, I'm sorry, I'm very sorry, but I need to do this for my personal growth. It's not about you or whatever, it's about me. And then the dissociation stopped. I became clear, I became honest, I wrote about it, and I found out which action I really had to do, which I had to make, and I did it. And I could come back into my body again. I felt this inner peace again. I was free. Free from obsession. So I had to find out what my new signs are. Because food, if you're still in food obsession, it's also a blessing because you have a sign. You have an immediate sign that something is wrong inside you because you see that the food is out of control. You see that the food is all over the place. You see that you're acting out on cravings instead of need. So, blessing for this sign, and know that if you will follow this podcast and if you will follow my advice, you will get freedom from the food and you will get different signs to get a little bit deeper in contact, in connection with yourself. So, a little bit shorter podcast today, but not less relevant. I, with all of my body and my heart and my soul, I I want you to receive inner peace, inner peace from food obsession. And I hope you will find it through my book. And if you need more advice, and if you need more help, and if you need counseling or coaching, I can give you a good coaching and a good counseling, but I can also refer you to 12-step building because that's how I started. That's how I started, and that's what started a whole deeper journey into myself. But if you think, hey, 12 steps not for me, I want personal coaching, you're welcome. Please come and find me because we might get you. And I just think if it was me, I will get you. No, well, not me, but with the universe, with our higher power, with our own intentions, we will get you free from food obsession. I hope you enjoyed this session and you will get here next week. See you next week. Bye bye.